here live in DY, and we've got some exciting news, something that's happening out there in the marketplace that you may not realise. And as you know, we've got friends all over Australia, and we like to bring them online to talk about their experience and knowledge and what they're seeing out there. We've got this morning Andrew Ramsey. How are you, legend?
I'm great, Mark. It's been about 14 years since we worked together in DY, and I just want to congratulate on the amazing success and what you've brought into the community at DY. You've certainly been kicking great goals.
Thank you, buddy. Thank you. Good. Really good to see you. Good to have a chat. And now you're in Broadbeach, and something that I wanted to bring to our audience today is you've been telling me some pretty amazing stuff of what's been happening there and why and how. And I am absolutely intrigued that so many people are flocking to Queensland. Now, I like to flog my own what is it, boat? Or I like to
Yep.
I love talking.
We won't go there.
Yeah, and I love talking Northern Beaches and why. But 300 days of the year I speak. I 355 days a year I do speak about Northern Beaches. So I think it's interesting because there genuinely is a good market for Queensland, and there's a huge amount of people running there. Mate, what is happening there? Because you're saying I always expected Queensland to be, crazy rich Asian, big buildings, schoolies week, but life's changed on the ground. Tell me.
Look, first of all, before we start this conversation, I just wanted to say in today's market, we have to show a lot of empathy, and particularly those that are stuck in Victoria and New South Wales going through very difficult times. I personally have a mother in aged care in Melbourne at the moment, so I don't want to bloat about what's going on here. I think we've got to be very compassionate as agents and show a lot of respect right now in the marketplace. That's very important for me right now as well. But what we're seeing on the Gold Coast is a mass exodus of inquiries, lots of people wanting to move up to Queensland and enjoy the lifestyle. Lifestyle is the number one word here. I got wrapped over the knuckles about a year ago by an absolute legend of the Gold Coast, Max Christmas. And I started talking about, investing in properties.
That's a serious name, Max Christmas.
Max Christmas, yeah. Well, he's the grandfather of real estate on the Gold Coast, and he's larger than life. And he said, Andrew, you're not investing on the Gold Coast, you're investing in lifestyle. Don't ever use that word invest. It's lifestyle. So, and that's the key word. Everyone's moving up here. They want to move up here. Last night, for instance, I'm selling 3 developments on the Gold Coast: White in Main Beach, Infinity in Broadbeach, and 116 the Esplanade in Surfers Paradise. I had 5 inquiries from 4:30 to 7 p.m, all from Sydney. I spoke to each and every one of them, and they are so keen to move up here.
So that overseas investor with bags of cash, you're not getting any inquiries from these guys at the moment. Definitely not. Look, the overseas investor is gone. Obviously, with the situation in China, they can't get their money out of China. So the Chinese market, as far as investors are gone on the Gold Coast. What we're seeing is a resurgence of local activity, particularly, from Brisbane, Sunshine Coast, all moving to the Gold Coast. And as I said, we're seeing huge amounts of inquiries from Melbourne and Sydney. And I'm actually predicting a Gold Coast property market boom as soon as we get out of this coronavirus situation. I really believe that. And that's what not just me, the experts are all saying that. And I'm seeing that by the amount of inquiries we're getting. I've got people lining up trying to get into properties right now. For instance, I sold one the other day for $3.7 million, sight unseen. And that's what's happening at the moment. He came back to me the other day and said, look, I'm thinking about buying a second one. Gentleman from Melbourne, cashed up, ready to go, selling up his business, and just wants to enjoy the lifestyle up here. So now you've been an agent there for 14 years. Just to qualify you're sitting in the premium end of the market though. So that we are talking about anything over $1 million Yes, that's right. I work at Koloshi. We're the premium brand on the Gold Coast, and it's a great agency, but we concentrate on the high end of the market. That's what we specialise, and we're seeing, we've never been busier. It's been frightening, the figures that we've been doing lately, actually. People are just snapping up properties on the Gold Coast at the high end, and it's very exciting for us, but at the same time, I do feel a lot of empathy for everyone else around Australia right now, because don't get us wrong. I mean, these are very tough times.
Look, absolutely, and I think we've got to be mindful of what's happening in our country and very respectful of it. At the same time, where we want to report what's happening, you know what I mean? And
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and talking about the reason why people are moving up to the Gold Coast is we've lost the old partying tag at the Gold Coast. The Gold Coast is now sophisticated. We've grown up. The infrastructure that's been spent on the Gold Coast, particularly from the recent Commonwealth Games, improved everything. We've got the light rail, we've got all the roads, infrastructure, parks. Huge amounts, billions and billions of dollars is being spent on infrastructure on the Gold Coast right now. We have world-class restaurants. We have world-class shopping centres, world-class schools. This is really a destination in its own case now. So, I'm from Sydney. I lived in Sydney. I work with you, but to be honest with you, I can't move back to Sydney. I'm a Queenslander now. I love the Gold Coast, and you won't see me back there.
Wow. Now, the people that are moving, so it's a sea change for people. Why are people doing this? And so you're obviously you're operating from $1 million plus. So they're selling their business. So but you're obviously you let's not be like this. You are working in a premium market. This is not, but. While focusing on that premium market, and to talk about that premium market, these guys have to be relatively successful money-wise to be buying the stuff off you. They're not buying a unit for $300,000 or $400,000. So, in that price range, what do you get for your money? What are you selling in the last couple of weeks? Tell us more about it.
Look, very good point. I mean, what do you get for the value for your money? You get enormous value for your money on the Gold Coast. We haven't seen the highs and lows that Sydney and Melbourne has experienced. Our market has gone back to pre-GFC days of 2007. We're back to those prices, and we're steadily bumping along. We are, yes. So an apartment that was, say, purchased $2 million, 2007, that same apartment is worth $2 million today. So there's still tremendous value, and I still believe there's tremendous growth. For instance, 27th floor, White Main Beach in Woodruff Avenue, 325 square meters, beautiful views, 27th floor, 3 bedrooms, absolutely luxury standalone apartment with 3 car spaces for $3.7 million. I believe that's great value. If something like that was in Sydney, obviously we'd be talking double the price. So, but you can still buy beautiful apartments in the $1 million range that give you a lot of space and a lot of quality.
So, as Mr. Max Christmas says, you are buying for lifestyle if you are buying in Queensland. It is no longer about building wealth and retirement.
No, you don't make money out of investing on properties on the Gold Coast. You're buying for lifestyle. Forget about the returns. That's just rubbish. You're buying for lifestyle. You're buying because you want to live here and you're enjoying all the facilities and everything that the Gold Coast provides.
Okay, now I've got Luke Moroney online talking about Luke. Luke is a massive advocate of Queensland. He's going to be gobbling this up this morning. G'day, Luke. He's saying he's hearing that people are already on the move up south, up north. Properties are affordable, and Moo Moo Restaurant's a good restaurant there.
I love Moo Moo, especially on a Friday afternoon.
And people say it's affordable, less traffic, warmer, and beaches and lifestyle. Look, I think also, let's not ignore that. Climatically, it's a wonderful place. Look at where you are.
Look, yeah, absolutely. Here I don't know if you can see behind me. I'm actually on the edge of Broadbeach and Surfers Paradise. You see those towers behind me? That's Jewel. It's a $1 billion development. That's an interesting story. That was originally built by the Wanda Group in China. It's sitting empty. They're about to settle on 22 apartments in September. But it was incredibly priced, about 23,000 a square metre. So I'm not too sure what's happening there. No one does. It's sort of closed doors at the moment. I'm just hoping that the prices are going to be more in touch with the local reality rather than trying to push out, 23,000 a square metre. Because on the Gold Coast, if you're buying beachfront, you're looking between 11 and 10,000 a square metre. And for instance, one of the huge success stories on the Gold Coast right now has been the Sunland Group, a building called Hedges 272, 44 stories, absolute luxury at Hedges 272 Mermaid Beach. It's under construction right now. They're almost sold out. I've sold a number of sub-penthouses there, 3-bedroom apartments ranging from $1.945 to $3.428 million. We've got 3 penthouses available. 651 square meters, looking about $7.1 million. So that's going to be the height of luxury.
Big apartment, Jesus, that's massive.
Massive. Oh yeah, it's going to be massive. And from the 43rd or 42nd floor, you're going to have panoramic 360-degree views. It's really exciting project, and I think that says a lot about the Gold Coast at the moment. We are getting sophisticated. We are building unbelievably good buildings. Also, too, one point to notice out is that a lot of people get scared of buying off the plan in Queensland. They shouldn't be, because our building standards are the best in the country. We don't have the issues that you experienced in Sydney with dodgy builders. Our builders are rigid edge. Yeah, we've got great builders like McNabb. We've got Hutchinson's. These are serious world-class builders. So, great opportunity, and I wouldn't be scared about buying off the plan right now on the Gold Coast.
I feel like picking up
my
knife.
Now's never been a better time.
I feel like picking up my knife of New South Wales and having a debate with you about builders in New South Wales, but I'll let you have that.
Okay, all right. State of Origin victory #1 to Queensland.
Give us a break. It was only a couple of buildings in New South Wales. It wasn't every building, but no, that's good. And certainly Sunland's a very good brand. Like, they did something in Warriewood with us.
Incredibly great brand. Great brand.
They did Versace. I think it's when I first saw them on the map, the Versace building where I got married.
There you go.
In Queensland.
Speaking about marriage, I just want to say one thing. I'm in love with Lisa. I'm a massive fan. Every time I get online, I'm watching her on Facebook. She does an incredible job. And how innovative is Lisa to win that award she has? She's showing what to do in real estate and far ahead of her time. So congratulations to Lisa.
Well, you used to work here, so you would have seen a different Lisa when you were working here. 14 years.
Yeah, Lisa was behind the background, but she stepped up and taken charge, mate. She's in charge of you. I think she always has been.
Always has been. Now in many different ways. So
outselling you as well.
Hey.
Outselling you as well.
By far. So thank you, buddy. I'll pass that on. Very, very proud. All right. So Queensland, Broadbeach, 10 to 11,000 a square metre. You're even doing, we had a discussion off air before, you're doing a whole floor apartment. So there'll be a block which is 30 stories, 30 apartments. Is that what? Tell me more about that.
That's if you go onto White Main Beach website, you'll be able to see all the floor plans there from $2.2 million up to 3.7. Then you've got the penthouse, but the 27th, 28th floor, which is the penthouse, 26 have all sold. We've got level 25 available right now for $3.5 million. Just give me a call, mate.
And it's on. So these are whole level apartments. So
whole level apartments. Yes, oh, look, the view factor in the heart of Main Beach is stunning. Main Beach is going through a regeneration. You're getting a whole lot of new people move up there. It's funny. A lot of people love Broadbeach or they love Main Beach, and I think Main Beach. Sorry.
What's the difference?
Oh well, Broadbeach is probably a bit of a younger crowd, but it's really busy because you got Pacific Shopping Centre, you know, just across the road from Broadbeach. You got the casino, the you know, things like those, facilities like that. You've got a lot of buildings being you know, built around Broadbeach, so it's very busy. Whereas Main Beach is a sophisticated crowd, a lot more quieter. You know, so completely different range of demographics.
Okay, so if you're old,
well, I wouldn't say old. I'd say sophisticated. Go to Main Beach.
sophisticated, go to Main Beach. All right. So that's the money. Don't expect to make money on that end of the market that you're working in, that luxury, and it is purely lifestyle and summing everything up of what we talked about today.
Yeah. Well, but mind you, when you say don't make money, I mean, if you buy the right apartment, you'll always, you know, get your money back or make a bit of money. You've just got to be careful at what you buy. Do your homework and really search who's building it, who's behind it, see what the history of sales have been like, and really do your homework properly.
But like, let's look at this from different eyes. If anyone is at the age of 65 or 75 and retiring, you're not going to make money in a retirement village. You're going to put your money into a retirement village. They're going to charge you strata levies of 20, 30,000 a year, or whatever they charge to look after you. And then they're going to take 10, 20, 30, 40, 50% of your asset, depending on how long you live. So that's eroding. So the difference with Queensland is, no, it's not. It's a sophisticated retirement village in the premium end of the market that you're talking about, or what you're seeing people move at the moment. I'm sure this isn't all but it's just that market that you're working in. But if you've got the money left over and a little bit more, it's far better than a retirement village.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's what I'm just seeing right now, Mark. You're absolutely right. I think people have made a final decision. They've worked out that with respect to what's been happening with coronavirus, no one has a crystal ball. They don't know how long they're going to live. So with whatever money they have, they're just snapping it up and selling their assets and moving up here. And we're seeing that. And I've been witnessing that firsthand.
And so that's changed. It's definitely changed with Corona. So you've been an agent there for 14 years, but just the last 6 months, you've seen this huge sea change.
Massive sea change. Yeah, we're seeing an exodus from southern states moving up to the Gold Coast, and I think people have just understood that, as I mentioned earlier, the Gold Coast has grown up. It's now a great destination. There are more than just all the theme parks. There's absolutely, dining experiences, shopping experiences. You can go fishing, you can go whale watching, you can surf, you can swim, you can play sport. There's just a wide range of activities on the Gold Coast. So, look, I get up every morning at 5 o'clock in the morning. I go for a 10-kilometre walk every morning. I couldn't buy that. I mean, what price do you put on that?
Well, look what you're wearing in the middle of winter.
Yeah, well, yeah, this is as far as it gets, But
I think I had a beanie and a bomber jacket on this morning. It was so bloody cold. So it's climatically, it's incredible.
Oh, look, it is beautiful. It gets chilly occasionally, but you might need to put a jumper on during the night time. But apart from that, look, during the day, it's very, very comfortable.
Mate, thank you for your time today. To sum up what we're talking about, ladies and gentlemen, there is a distinct rush that we're hearing from Queensland real estate agents, particularly the legend Andrew Ramsey, very successful guy, one of the best in the country selling in Queensland. Just one question before we sign out. Is it more from Queensland, is it more from Melbourne, or more from Sydney that are coming to you?
It's a mixture of both. I mean, interesting, as I said, I had 5 inquiries, all from Sydney last night on White in Main Beach. But prior to that, I'd seen a lot from Melbourne. So we're seeing a mixture of Melbourne and Sydney.
Okay, cool. Well, that's a take. That's what's happening in Queensland, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Ramsey, you are a legend. Thank you so much for your time on the beach this morning.
Mark, I really appreciate on the chat this morning, and it's always good to see you and chat about about something that we're so passionate about. And, you know, I admire you because I work for you and you taught me a lot in the game. So thanks, Mark.
Mate, thank you, legend. And this is a chat that we have probably once every 6 months or once every year. It's great to do it publicly and share it because there's knowledge there.
It's great. I look forward to the next one.
All right. Take care, buddy.
Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye. Go Queensland, as Luke Moroney says. Go Queensland. See you, legend. Go New
See you,
South.
mate. Bye.
Bye.